Hey guys, as promised in my last video, if any of you have watched it yet, I said that I wanted to kind of give you guys my tips and tricks for making working out a little bit easier to do. These are just things that I've picked up along the way that kind of help me out to make it a little bit easier on me, because if something's bugging you or frustrating you while you're working out, it's going to make it a little more frustrating and you're probably not as likely to do it again. One thing is, and this is a big one for me, you see I usually have my swoopy bangs. This is how I usually keep my hair cut. It's rather long, but when you try to pull it all back, you still have these little scragglies trying to come down here. Now, recently, thanks to the amazing thing that YouTube is, I found a way to braid my hair to get my bangs out of my face. And I've actually used this on, some really pretty hair for a law enforcement award ball that we went to, and it looked really great. So thank you. I'm not sure who taught me how to do that on YouTube. I'm sorry. If I figure it out, I'll pass that on. But here's all you do. I have a fine tooth comb and I have a hair tie. That's it. Now, she didn't teach me to put it back in a ponytail. I just happened to need to go to an interview one day for a project for school, and my hair was a disaster, so I ended up doing this and putting it back in a ponytail, and nobody knew the difference. Now, I will tell you, I just washed my hair because I just got done working out, so it might be a little frizzy and a little trying to fall all over the place. I have super, super fine hair, but I have plenty of it. So, what you do is you start out with just 3 little sections, and you start a braid. Most of us know how to braid, especially us ladies. But men, I'm sure if you have long hair and you wanted to try this, it'd work. But you take one little piece from the front and add it to it. You don't add anything from the back. Then you continue braiding. When you bring up the next one, you add a little bit to it from the front. And then you repeat. You grab a little bit from the front and you add it in. And you keep doing this, and you can see that as I go, even though I'm not doing this very neatly, and you can see what happened to it in my previous video when I was actually working out. A lot of times it does kind of like slip and slide around, but I'm working out, I'm sweating, I'm not going to put hairspray in my hair when I'm working out. But you can keep going back as far as you want. It does kind of keep it up out of your face, and you can either leave it down or you can pull it all up. And that's how it usually gets a little messy. But you can see my hair is all together right here, and my bangs aren't coming out or going anywhere. I like messing with that anyway because I think it looks neat, and apparently braids are cool now. Let me brush through this real quick, guys. But seriously, all you do is put your hair in a hair tie and then you go. It's not going to be hanging down in your face. I mean, if you want to add hairspray to it to make sure it stays there, go ahead. Or bobby pins or something like that. But the biggest thing that annoys me, especially since y'all are always seeing me itching and scratching my nose and my eyebrows and everywhere, is little hairs trickling down and trying to touch my face. Next thing, comfy clothes. You can see in my previous video where I actually showed you the Zumba demonstration that I was actually wearing a one-piece bathing suit that I just got cheap at Target, probably 40 bucks, and I've worn it during the summer. But what it is it kind of holds you in a little bit, and it keeps you from jiggling all over the place, even if you have a really good sports bra, which I recommend, ladies. If you're blessed by God in that area, if y'all get what I'm saying, then it's really hard to be jumping around, moving around, and doing things like that. So it kind of helps suck you in just a little bit Now, I'm not saying go buy shapewear. I'm not saying go do things like that. I'm not saying that it's bad to jump around and jiggle around. It's not a big deal. It's just something that I found that helps me feel a little bit better, especially if I'm doing yoga poses and I'm trying to, bend different positions and they're trying to, go everywhere. Especially comfy underclothes. This is not your time to look pretty. This is your time to work out, and you don't want to have to be pulling at your clothes or your undies, while you're working out. So find some that are comfy and that work. Clear your space. That's a little hard for me, especially with 3 kids. But it really helps. If you're tripping over things, it's not going to help. And along the same line, if you do have kids or fur kids, as I like to call them, make sure they're entertained. Get them out of your way. That might sound mean, but literally, I'm a big girl, and I firmly believe that if I were to trip and literally fall on top of one of my kids, I could seriously injure them. That's part of the reason why I'm trying to, get better, because that's a worry of mine. But then again, I'm really paranoid. I don't want to have that for their safety and for mine, because mommy having a broken ankle is not a good thing, and I'm sorry for any of you out there who have gone through that. Another thing is drink lots of water. Keep some water on hand. Y'all saw my green cup in one of my other videos. That's usually what I use. I just set it on the side table and get it in between songs. But on that same note, don't eat a lot. I actually probably overdid it a little bit this morning. I had a bagel, and for some reason, it was just too much. It was probably too much bread, and I was feeling a little sick throughout. And so a lot of times I'll eat a waffle. I usually get the Simple Truth or the Vans gluten-free blueberry waffles because my kids love them, and they don't have all those icky artificial colors and flavors. And usually that's good. Try to eat afterwards. A lot of people recommend, protein after you work out to help rebuild those muscles that you were just working out. And most of all, have fun. If I can recommend anything to you, it's have fun. If you look in that video, does it look like I'm having fun? Seriously, this is a step for me to step out into the internet world, essentially, and not have hardly any clothes on, and to be jumping around, moving around. I'm uncoordinated. I'm not a dancer. And I've never been that way. I was lucky to make it through marching band. But seriously, have fun. Don't care what people are going to think. I'm still working on allowing my husband to walk through the room while I'm working out, because I'm still a little self-conscious. We all deal with those issues. But have fun. A lot of times I'll even start singing with the songs if I've known them. Like the last song on most of the ones is Next to Me. And I'm not sure who sings it, but it's a really good song, and I have decided I sing it through the entire thing. Now, after you work out, some tips. And, sometimes it's just important as you prepare as you do before as after. I don't recommend, working yourself out real hard and then sitting down. Which I guess I am kind of sitting down, but I've been up, I've been taking a shower, dealing with kiddos, and things like that. So I'm sitting here just for, I guess now 9 minutes to try to let you know what this is. But a lot of times if I sit down right after I work out, I get really stiff and sore. And when you do things like that, and if they can be prevented, it's helpful, because I know I injured my leg. You might have seen that a few days ago, and I didn't work out for probably 3 or 4 days because it hurt literally that bad. And it is discouraging, but luckily this is fun enough that I decided to keep going. Make sure after you're done, like I said, clean up, take a shower. One thing that has kind of helped me lately, because through a process of sickness and injury, I ended up with a migraine for 2 days, literally all day from before I woke up to after I went to sleep. One thing that helped was cleaning my face. I was looking up face scrubs because I am an oily monster, and I hope nobody takes offense to that, because if you actually have oily skin, you will know it truly is a monster. But I digress. I'm sure y'all seen some of my closer up videos, and you can see in the workout video I just did, I have breakouts all over. I'm actually not wearing foundation today to try to let my skin breathe a little bit and not have to have all of that makeup on top of it. I have started using a honey, olive oil, and salt scrub, sea salt, of course. Natural ingredients, local honey, organic olive oil. And actually, it's kind of what I had on hand, so it was kind of easy. But I just put it on my face, and my face has never felt better. I still have bumps, and it's still trying to clear out all the gunk and dirt out of my skin, because I've only been doing this for a few days. But, oh my goodness, I have seen a difference. You know, I've seen other people, and I watch, like, Jaclyn Hill and other makeup artists on YouTube, and they're like, oh, it made a difference in my skin. I've never seen a difference in my skin for anything. This actually did it, so you might look into it. But I've just noticed things like that really help just getting clean. You know, I dried my hair today. Does it look good? I actually didn't put any hairspray in, and I've been messing with it since I've been sitting here. Keep that positive energy from working out and that momentum going. Don't just say, I'm going to work out for this 20 minutes and then forget about it the rest of the day. You may park a little farther away from the door when you go to the grocery store. Go for a walk. Y'all might be wondering why I'm in a tank top. I'm actually really hot. I'm very hot-natured, but it's 22 degrees outside. Otherwise, I would be out walking or doing something fun like that. I'm ready for spring. I love winter. It's when I was born, so I think maybe that's why I love winter so much. That, and I'm hot-natured and I hate the heat. But, I mean, make sure to do things like that to kind of keep that momentum going throughout the day. You don't want to just rest on 20 minutes or 30 minutes that you did earlier in the day. Go ahead and keep your metabolism up. When I saw the most benefits from working out was when I worked for a company that I was actually able to go down to the workout room for 10 minutes in the morning, 20 to 30 minutes at lunch, and then 10 minutes in the afternoon. And all I did was walk on the treadmill. And I probably lost a good 10 pounds just from that. And it was simple walking. I'm sure my coworkers didn't appreciate that I kind of got sweaty. But trust me, I kept deodorant. I kept perfume and things like that to make sure that it wasn't overwhelming. But it was really beneficial. Try to keep going throughout the day. Don't just say 20 minutes a day. I've heard commercials that say 10 minutes a day and you'll look like me, super ripped, skinny, healthy person, and I'm just not sure out of my experience in the last 2 or 3 years that that's actually plausible. Maybe for somebody who doesn't have as much weight to lose as I do. But like I said, even 10, 20, 10 throughout the day, it helps. I have seen that work. But still, that's combined probably 30 to 40 minutes throughout the entire day. So that's all I've got for you today. If you have any tips or tricks that help you out when you work out, leave them in the description box below. I'd be happy to hear them and consider them in my own routine. I hope all of y'all are doing good out there. I know it's awful cold, and I've heard they've got plenty of snow down south in Alabama. Y'all stay safe out there, and I will see y'all later. Y'all have a great day.